All right, welcome to another episode of Mixtapes and Mistakes. It's Ed coming back at you. We're doing this series, it's more the personal playlist series, we're going to call it. If you've gotten to the end of this playlist, thank you for enjoying it. It's the Muhammad Norton playlist. Please like, share, subscribe. Leave some stuff in the comment section. So, this series is more of kind of a really personal series. Each person's playlist you're going to find is somebody I know, somebody I probably know well, or even people that I know that I haven't seen in a long time. But the purpose of these playlists is to give people their flowers while they're here. What 2020 has taught me, what 2021 keeps teaching me, is that you have to let people know how you feel about them, what they meant to you, how you see them day to day in certain cases, before they're not here. You can be talking to somebody like one day, like having a conversation, you stand in front of them, and the next day they're gone. So this is what we do. We're gonna always keep moving forward. We're gonna always give people entertainment. We're gonna try to make it entertaining. Not gonna try to have these be like super morose or anything. I'm gonna try not to be emotional in a lot of these because these could get emotional. But I'm keeping it together, I'm doing the thing. So my cousin Muhammad, and when I've talked about this, I have to say, when I've talked about even doing the commentary of this playlist, I usually get emotional about it because my cousin Muhammad is one of the best individuals I know. And the thing I've never gotten to tell him is that I've seen your struggle. You don't have to spend a lot of time thinking about what your brother would think about what you've accomplished, because he sees your accomplishment. He knows that you became the man he thought you would be. You're a successful businessman. You have wonderful children. You do the right thing by your family. You stick by them. Even when sometimes, it might not have been the best thing, or it might not have been the most. I say a lot of times to a lot of people that my friends are better people than I am because they're more charitable emotionally, they are more open, and they're way more forgiving. And that is very true of my cousin. It's not that he lets stuff slide. That's not it. I think what Muhammad does better than a lot of people I know is that he recognizes people's humanity while not holding it against them. He knows that a lot of the people in his life, myself included, because we're all flawed. And despite the fact that some people have not been the nicest people to him, some people have not been the people that they should have been in his life. But as an adult, he looks over that. I wouldn't say he looks over it so much as he takes it into account. And a lot of these songs that are on this playlist talk about overcoming obstacles in different ways. Now, let me back up. Silk the Shocker is not talking about overcoming obstacles, okay? My cousin loves a lot of, he's into a lot of, I call it Dirty South. That there's a '90s Dirty South era that he's into, which is like Silk the Shocker, Master P, T-Pain. So like rap in the '90s, there's a southern rap in the '90s especially, '90s early 2000s. there's a definite delineation between like Outkast and Goody Mob and kind of the Atlanta, the East Southeast section, and what the New Orleans Houston section was doing. So you get stuff like "It Ain't My Fault," or you get make them say "Oh na 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 na." So you get all that. You get Master P. I included daughters on here because Muhammad has 3 wonderful little girls, and I think he's doing a good job with them. I included Nelly because and the Nelly thing, honestly, putting Nelly on this list was my sister's suggestion. She was like, "Oh, you gotta put Country Grammar on here because he loves Nelly kind of is his thing." The sneak song in here, I always try to put a song in here that either the majority of people haven't heard or that might spark conversation. Why Is That by Boogie Down Productions is that song on this list. It's there's a certain segment of hip hop that I think is overlooked. That KRS-One, Tribe Called Quest, PM Dawn. Like there was a section of hip hop that happened before, I would say maybe 90 to 92, where on a historical level, KRS-One called it edutainment. There's sort of that kind of just like, I guess, I wouldn't even call it highbrow rap, but it's like that highbrow rap is kind of what I guess you would call it. But it's just like super educated rap that was before gangster, which you could argue that Public Enemy kind of is the precursor of. And it happens right before grunge, and then gangster happens, and then like in some ways you could say hip hop kind of disappeared. But that's a whole other conversation, probably a whole other set of videos on my other channel. Then I got on the end of this, Welcome to Atlanta, because you can't have a flamboyant, stylish, fly dude like Muhammad and not have Welcome to Atlanta. I did not put, though I could have done it as an honorable mention, I almost put Big Rich Town on here. Or Hustler by Ice-T. I almost put those on here. Because he is kind of that he's slick. Muhammad can be very slick, and I think that I've always liked that quality about him. That he's always well dressed, always thinking about his appearance, not just on a physical level, not just like these are the clothes I wear, but always thinking about how he interacts with people and what effect that can have on somebody. I think he tries, even in some of his worst moments, I do think he goes back and thinks about it. It's like, well, maybe I could have handled that better. I wouldn't say he's super self-aware, like not to the point of being obtuse about it, or not to the point, obtuse is the wrong word, not to the point of being like really annoying about it. But I think he has a good bit of self-awareness and a good bit of really trying to put himself in other people's shoes. And I think it's an admirable quality. And he's just, my cousin's a good dude. I think that, and I'm honored to do a playlist for him and just kind of talk about him for a little bit. Like, hey, I saw you. Especially when you were younger, man. There'd be times where you would get real emotional because I could see you. I could see the wheels turning, and you would think about the past a lot. Or think about your brother, or think about just struggles you've been through. I would see it weigh on you. But what I'm proud of you is that you never let it overcome you. You always took adversity and you turned it into something. Like you never let it turn you. The stumbling blocks that were in front of you, when you stumbled, you caught yourself. And I'm very proud of you for that. So, that's the Muhammad Norton commentary in this playlist. We're going to do some more of these. Well, other people I know. handing out flowers. That's really what we're trying to do here. So, that's this playlist. Please like, share, and subscribe. Catch you on another one of these.